This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, September 30th, but the year 1659. And according to Daniel Defoe, the author of Robinson Crusoe, it was on this day that Robinson Crusoe was shipwrecked. It was on this day that Peter Stuyvesant of New Netherlands, New York, forbids tennis playing during religious services. This is the first mention of tennis in the United States, 1659. The first voyage of the Columbia leaves Boston, headed around the world, 1787. Jack the Ripper terrorized London. It was on this day that the second murder occurred, 1888. On this day, the city of New York is established, 1898. There were race riots on this day at Elaine, Arkansas, 1919. The final game of Babe Ruth with the Yankees was on this day. The score 0-3, 1934. 1939, on this day, Britain first evacuates citizens in anticipation of war. The Grand Ole Opry was heard for the first time today in 1950. The American actor and icon James Dean is killed in a car crash on this day, 1955. He was 24 years old. It was the final show of Howdy Doody when Clarabelle the clown, who had been silent for all those years, finally talks. And what did he say? Goodbye, kids. 1960. It was on this day John F. Kennedy sent 3,000 federal troops to Mississippi to desegregate the schools, 1962. It was the same year that Mexican-American labor leader Cesar Chavez founded the United Farm Workers. The New American Bible was published on this day, 1970. Iran rejects a truce call from Iraqi President Saddam Hussein on this day, 1980. IBM announces shipment of its 3 millionth PS2 personal computer on this day, 1988. Jerry Springer, his television show, debuted on this day, 1991. There was a 6.4 earthquake in India. 28,000 were killed, 1993. U.S. General Colin Powell retired at age 56 on this day, 1993. The controversial drawings of Mohammed were printed in a Dutch newspaper. A call for his death went out, 2005. It's today, 2020, September 30th, and a group of 25 people have been stranded on the island of Tahiti, the remote Easter Island, far from home, for over 6 months. Many arrived in March, planning to stay for just a few weeks, but they got stuck when the virus swept across the globe and their flights back home were canceled. The airline still doesn't know when it will be able to restart the route. And today, 2020, San Francisco residents are on edge, sounding the alarm among a spate of brazen robberies throughout the city. Burglary have increased 42% in the first 9 months of the year. And so there's good news and bad news, confusing news. But behind it all is the good news that this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, September 30th.